bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Do you feel lost? Do you ever wonder whether your students understand exactly what you are teaching? Do you ever wonder if they understand the language you are speaking? This teacher feels exactly that same way. She is suffering from the lack of PTST, parallel talk, and self-talk.
Students, these are the words that will be in our story today. Please listen carefully for them as I read the story. We are going to do a vocabulary activity afterwards. It will be fun.
Kuntungu hotalelitnya?
Hekla, tiutungu. Bafatotungwini hadza by hutsagwi, kumeprendigwi.
Okay, class. Now that we have been introduced to the lesson's vocabulary, can anyone tell me what does the word migrate mean? Okay, Serena, I'm holding up the word migrate. Can you hold up the word migrate?
Holding up migrate.
Good job, Serena. Yes, you are holding up migrate. Migrate means to move to a new place. What does migrate mean?
Migrate means to move to a new place.
Yes! The geese migrated to Florida. Serena, where did the geese migrate to?
The geese migrated to Florida.
Serena, you're answering today's reading questions splendidly. Good job. Haani, can you answer this question? Why did the geese migrate?
Too cold?
Good, Haani. Yes, it was too cold. But where was it too cold?
Canada night?
Okay, you said Canada. Now let's attempt to use it in a complete sentence. It was too cold in Canada, so the geese migrated to Florida.
It was too cold in Canada, so the geese migrated to Florida.
Great, Haani! You correctly answered the question in a complete sentence.
So like PTST stands for parallel talk and self-talk. So like parallel talk is when you describe your listener's actions to them, and then self-talk is when you're describing your actions to your listener. So like PTST is an input strategy designed to promote the production of the target language by providing frequent models of key linguistic forms and labeling and like incorporating them into children's common daily routines. So like the original research behind PTST began in early childhood language acquisition and development. Educators then adapted this strategy to accommodate the needs of their English language learners in the classroom. So like many times we find that, our ELLs, our English language learners, they're like not engaged, in the target language. So, when we provide comprehensible input into their actions, we're like allowing them to interact with the target language, through like listening or even like through speaking to help them communicate more effectively. And PTST can even like be structured to provide increased exposure to specific language concepts. You know what research shows about PTST? Like the teachers who practice it, they've observed growth in their students as conversation initiators. They begin to pay more attention to new terms, and they're more aware of their speech errors. Oh my God. And you know what? PTST, it also allows teachers to assist their students in pairing their words with the reference. You know what I mean? And at the same time, it communicates that the students' selection of activities that they're doing is acceptable and viewed as positive from the adult perspective.
Using PTST has changed my teaching career for the best. I can finally get through to my students, and they are attempting to communicate with me better.
I don't know how I ever taught before I used PTST. Now my students are speaking and participating more in class. Thank you, PTST.
Using PTST in my class has encouraged more student engagement. I'm so enjoying all the interaction thanks to PTST. Do you hear that?
Buy now and receive an additional strategy book. And we will knock off one full payment of $19.99. Bye, bye, bye.
Want you to love me before you leave. Let me hold you before you go. Just remember the time we shared, and remember you touched my soul. We don't know where life will take us. I hold my breath and be